Yo guys, Big Dog B. So I want to do a couple of quick updates about stuff that I've gotten in the mail recently, and I'm going to experiment with something here. First of all, just got this in, which is a Blackhawk Serpa for the Springfield XD subcompact. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to work for the XDs, but we're going to find out. So let's find out. And the answer to that question looks to be a big fat no. Let me see if I can get it to work. I emailed Blackhawk directly about this to see if, you know, this holster would work with the XDS, and I think they were confused because they had told me that yes, this will work, blah blah blah, and it doesn't appear to be the case. Goes in, but it doesn't lock. Alright, well, that being said, so much for that idea. If you guys have an XDS and you like Blackhawk Serpa holsters, be forewarned that the one listed for the XD subcompact does not work. So, we are back to the old drawing board on that one, and I will send that back to Amazon. I'll have to do that today. Also, whoops, sorry about that. Also in the mail the other day, I picked up one of the 7-round magazines for the XDS. I put it in, and yeah, it definitely lengthens it, so you're not really dealing with a concealed piece. It's interesting, it also came with a second plate or extension here, because this just slides right off. This one here is designed for the smaller backstrap, the second backstrap that comes in. Okay, so but I'm not using the smaller one, so I'll move that aside. The only problem here is that this doesn't fit into the Springfield XDS case, but that's alright. So, now it's a little tight. There we go. You really got to slam it home. So there we are. Big difference here. You can actually get your hand around it. So it looks a little funny, but gives you an extra 2 rounds and feels good in the hand. I would imagine this would be good for you know, some range time and stuff like that, or as a secondary magazine in the holster. So just wanted to bring that out and show everyone. And finally, in the video about the Tactic Crayola, as it were, the color fill, yeah, I showed you guys that I had some kind of leftover residue and stuff like that. If you look closely now, and it may be hard to see, but it looks like I got most of it off and back to the original color. How I did that is actually very simple. I actually took one of these lubricating gun oil wipes, Rem oil, all that stuff will work. I just happen to have these, the Hoppies number 9. I actually wiped it down, and I kind of let it sit for, I don't know, half hour, something along those lines. Kind of let it sink in. Just took down a paper towel, wiped off the excess, and then I finished it up with a clean bore silicone cloth. I just happen to have a clean bore. They make other silicone cloths out there too. And then just more or less just kind of polished it up. By the way, real quick, this clean bore cloth I got when I bought my Glock 19 back in 2001. And by leaving it in the pouch and stuff, it's still moist, still does a great job of polishing. And I was able to clean up a lot of the residue, so it's not so much there anymore. And now I'm really happy with the way that color fill came out. From an update standpoint, that's really about it. I'm guessing that this 7-round mag, you got to kind of work in a little bit to get it to go home, you know, to get it to slam home a little bit better. Actually, if I open it up and put it in, it still kind of does the same thing. Still got to kind of slam it home, or, you know, push the mag release. There we go. Yeah, that's definitely going to need to be worked in. Alright, come on. There we go. And there we are. So, once again, just a quick little update. Also, one thing that I found out about the Springfield XDs, and it's actually well publicized on different forums out there, is that when you put an empty mag in, let me take this one out, and I will, give me a second here. Let me get one of the regular ones. Okay. Now when you put an empty magazine in, which by the way, that was good. Okay, empty, hammer down. Okay. Okay. In order to get around into the chamber, you can't just, you know, slingshot it back. You know, you can't just pull back and go. You can, but you got to put some oomph behind it. I had a problem the other day where I did the same thing. I racked the slide, and the round got stuck. It wouldn't feed in. And so I looked around, and I found out that this is actually a known problem. And basically, you need to rack the slide like it owes you money. So the best bet, if you have an XDs, my suggestion would be to load it up, because that recoil spring is rough. Load it up, put the empty mag in there, and then drop on the round, and then go from there. Can't even do that because there's a round in the chamber. So that's going to be your best bet. Now watch when I try and pull this back. Notice it gets stuck trying to get out because I didn't pull it back like it owed me money. So that's just something to keep in mind if you have a Springfield XDs, or if you want to get an XDs, and just something to keep in mind, that's all. Right now, that's really my only complaint with it, is that when you put a magazine in just the way it is now, you can't just rack and go. You gotta like power rack that thing. You gotta grab it like there's no tomorrow and try and get that round in the chamber. Again, my suggestion: pull the slide back, lock the slide back, put in the magazine, and then do the slide release. So, or the power stroke. Either way. That's about it. As always, guys, I appreciate you guys watching. A little upset that Blackhawk isn't making a holster yet, and I'll keep an eye out for it when it does. And I'll have to return that one. Alright, so that's it. Thanks for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.